Alright, what's the word, Cosmos family? What's the word, y'all? So I'm coming to y'all, man, with my first little YouTube video in a minute type shit. You know, it's not like my first YouTube video, but I haven't technically like uploaded, you know, in a minute. So we can consider this the first, right? What's going on in the life of Jalen Smith? What's going on in the life of that guy? That guy right there. Shit. Cooling. You know. Staying out the way. But am I staying out of my way? Because a lot of times I feel like I'm in my way. Right? I'm staying out of the way of everybody else, but that guy right there. Right? I'm standing right in front of him. I'm standing in front of dude right there. Right? I'm standing in front of all the goals and shit like that you want to reach, man. Like, I'm really like a dog, for real, for real. Come on, man. Come on, man. Certain shit you can't fake. Certain shit you can't fake. We often be in our own way, man. We often have, you know, that old dog and shit like that that's still in our brain, right? Controlling our actions and reactions, right? We can say that dog is you 1.0, right? And then the dog that you're actually trying to bring in is 2.0, right? So we know that that dog that's been in there for a very long time, that's 1.0, that's always been number one, right? That dog has a real hard time on giving up room and space to that new dog, right? That dog has a hard ass time. I have a hard ass time trying to implement 2.0 into my 1.0 as mindset, right? I'm in my way. I'm out the way of everybody else, but I'm in mine. Because usually when you out the way of everybody else, when you're not trying to really be too highly invested in everyone else's lives, when you ain't out here gossiping, spreading negative energy, you know, being low vibrational and shit like that, energy can simply only return back to itself, right? Because we can give out energy to people all day, and, you know, whether that be positive or negative, we giving out that energy, and that energy is coming back to us. But with us, it's kind of just like that too. We give ourselves energy, right? And that energy can be negative or positive, right? And a lot of times we often stand in our way, and we can associate us standing in our way with a sort of energy, whether that be negative or positive, right? Because we can stand in front of ourselves, right, on a disciplined type of, you know, foundation, right? We can stand on ourselves, or we can stand in front of ourselves, right, by saying, okay, I'm going to stand on this business, right? That's you standing in front of yourself, is when you standing on business, right? Because we know that your brain has two, you know, parts, right? The right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, right? The right hemisphere being the subconscious mind, right? And then the left hemisphere being the conscious mind, right? The left hemisphere of the brain is logical, reasoning, and understanding. The right side is creativity, intuition. Is more on a emotional type of thing, right? It's like that first thought, right? And that first thought is usually emotional, not necessarily logical, right? Because the woman, right, subconscious, feminine energy, right, came before the masculine energy, which is the logic, the intuition, the creativity. So when we stand on business, we're standing in logic. We're standing in understanding and reasoning, right? I'm standing on business type shit, right? Just ask yourself this, man. Do you still have an old dog? Do you still got that 1.0 ass, dog inside there? The dog that's constantly making you broke, right? The dog that's constantly, not meeting goals and standing on business, right? A lot of times, man, we still have that dog inside of us, man. In order to actually get that 2.0 inside of us on some shit like that, man, we have to, what the Bible says is kill the flesh, right? Because the 1.0 ass dog that's inside of our head is more so connected to the subconscious mind, because this is out of emotion, right? This is out of, yeah, pretty much, right? Because when we have an old dog inside of our heads, right? When we have that dog, when we have dog 1.0 inside of our heads, this dog is so attached to you, to your addictions, to your life, that it kind of doesn't want to leave when a new, when a new perspective or a new, set of ideas enter it, right? That dog is hanging on to emotions. That dog is hanging on to your subconscious mind, right? That dog is hanging on to your subconscious mind, right? Which is not allowing you to stand on business. But you need that subconscious mind, though. You need it, right? You need that feminine energy. You need that masculine energy. Both male, both conscious and subconscious are masculine and feminine energy, right? And when we create or manifest anything, right, that masculine and feminine energy, the subconscious and conscious is coming together to create something, right? So in a way, use your conscious and your subconscious mind to create a better environment for the dog, right? And a lot of times, you gotta kill that dog. That shit hurt. Shit hurt. I'm still killing his ass. Motherfucker not trying to die though. But that's where, the Most High come in there, right? Because we can only do so much on our own, right? That's why God be having to send, lessons and certain things to our lives and shit like that to actually teach us, right? God is the best teacher type shit. God is the best one to go to when you're trying to get that dog from outside your head, because God is going to flood that dog. God is going to bring famine to that dog. And you're going to be wondering why and shit like that. You may be, suffering. You may be suffering in the wake of, you killing this dog, but it's all for the better. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, man. Try to be at peace, dog. Ashe, ashe, ashe.